Does Devin Haney get knocked out again against Jose Ramirez on May 2nd? We're going to find that out that day. But first, we're going to analyze what Mikey Garcia, brother of Robert Garcia, had to say about what he thinks is going to happen. We're going to break down that video bit by bit. But first, if you're new here, thank you for stopping in and clicking on this channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you will. If you're an older subscriber, please like and share this video. It really helps out the channel to grow and keep going. I really want to try my best to grow this channel out. So thank you very much for those who have been supporting for a long time. Now we're going to go back to this video. We're going to watch it together, break it down. And, does Devin Haney get knocked out or embarrassed again? We're going to find out. So let's roll the clip. So here we are right now. Mikey Garcia, right, is in Little Giant Boxing. That's the name of the podcast. So he was asked, basically, about the Ramirez situation, right? And what chances does he have? And I'm going to play this for you real quick. And listen, of course, Mikey's going to be on the Ramirez side. That is just normal. What is he supposed to do? But I like the way he broke it down a little bit and the reasons why. So we're going to play a little bit here and we're going to break it down. Watch this.
You are obviously picking Jose or win. How does he win without giving away, obviously, the game plan?
Well, I think he's got the power to actually drop him and hurt him.
He does.
But I also think Haney is, a boxer, good enough boxer, very well-rounded.
That's honest.
That he's going to try to box. I think his game plan is going to be to box.
He's going to definitely try to box.
So I could see the fight going 12 rounds. But Jose beating him enough, and dropping him maybe once in the end.
Now, here's the thing. Devin Haney, I believe, is a good enough boxer. I'm not sure Jose Ramirez beats him up. I'm not sure he beats him up. I'm not sure. I think this fight looks a lot like the Linares fight. I think Devin Haney is gonna outclass Jose Ramirez for the majority of the early rounds, and I think Ramirez comes on late, and I think that's where the troubles when Haney is it's not at his peak anymore, not as fresh as he was in round one, and things starts to slow down just enough for Ramirez to find him. I think that's when he starts to go into trouble. He says other things too that's pretty interesting
In the fight and winning a decision. Now, he does have the power to knock him out, like I said.
He does.
He's going to take
Good
the
power.
right punch and then Haney,
a great left hook.
Not being able to come back. Haney was able to get up multiple times from Ryan.
That's another thing. A lot of people did not give Devin Haney. I think I've said this in other videos. I gave Devin Haney before the Austrian, like immediately after the fight. I was like, I was not a Devin Haney fan because his pause rubs me the wrong way. Pause. Like just whatever. But I was like, bro, like that kid, you had to kill him in the ring that night in order to get that win, and he was ready to. Devin Haney never once thought in the back of his head. I think maybe you guys can tell me different. I'm gonna quit and I'm gonna walk out of here. I never saw that, and I was like, wow, Devin Haney is on some next level situation. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney was ready. You know what I'm saying? To die in that ring that day. And I was like, man, that's crazy, because I didn't expect that from Devin Haney. I didn't at all.
Knocking him down and still made it to the decision. So that kind of tells me that, it most likely can go to the distance. But I do see Jose winning.
What is the mental state of Devin? Obviously, that was a war with Ryan. He went through a lot.
I think he's going to be very gun shy.
That's one thing right here. Now, that's one thing. Now, so it was a one-sided war. It was a war where so Devin Haney's pops, Bill, likes to point out that Devin was taking some rounds, a lot of rounds. But if you really look at it, it was the rounds where Ryan was gassed. He was just laying on him. He wasn't doing nothing. And any time that Ryan woke up, it was he could do whatever he wanted in that ring. And he pieced him up every single time. Then when he ran out of energy because he was fat, he would then Devin Haney, of course, would win because he was inactive. And anytime he woke up, Devin Haney was on the canvas. That's pretty much how the fight went. It was a really one-sided beat, and I mean, his jaw was swollen, everything. I mean, it was bad. Ryan was looking at Bill like, you want to stop this? This is your son. So what Mikey's saying here is he's going to be gun-shy, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. That's why I think Devin Haney takes a lot of early rounds, because he's going to box beautifully. But there's one thing that Devin Haney has is that Devin Haney doesn't know who Devin Haney is. Now I'll explain to you why. Devin Haney is a great athlete, no doubt about it. He was so influenced of Floyd, so much influence of Floyd that if you listen to Devin Haney speak, especially in the beginning of his career, he sounded like Floyd. Had his cadence, had his response timing in the press conference. Even the shoulder roll in the bow and arrow effect. Problem is that Devin Haney is not athletic enough to be Floyd Mayweather. He's his own athlete with his own attributes, and where Floyd was good at dropping that hand and doing that, sticking that jab. He had the ability to come off that and counter and be quick, where that's not where Devin's athleticism is. It's different. See, it's different. So I think he always shadow boxed, in a sense, like Floyd, and not being Devin. I don't think we ever saw Devin in the ring. I think we just saw what he wanted to be, which was Floyd, and nobody ever corrected him, right? So now the tendencies that Floyd did, which Floyd could get away with, Devin can't get away with, and that's where he's getting hit. And now it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks and get out of that habit when that's all he's ever done. And so it's going to be interesting to see. He's going to be gunshot. Ramirez is a little younger than Linares. I think he's going to pressure him. He's going to lose some early rounds. When Haney at 147 starts to lose some steam, it's when Ramirez is going to ramp up, and he got a great left hook. I mean, I'm not going to say it's great like all time, but it's great in the sense that it's good, it's strong, it's quick, it's powerful, and he knows how to land it. And now Ramirez is confident in that he knows he can get hurt with the left hook, because Linares did it, and now Garcia did it. He doesn't need to be as good as those guys. He just needs to be just a good Ramirez. He needs to be a good Ramirez, and I think that would be enough. If he can catch Haney and wobble him, it's over. After that, it's a wrap. As long as it's not like the last 10 seconds of the 12th.
I think he's going to be very gun shy. He's not going to try to exchange. He's going to try to go to the distance. He's going to try to box on the outside. And all it takes is one punch to fucking bring back those memories.
One punch, bro.
And Jose's got it, Jose's got the power. He's got the size also.
Yeah, it's going to be...
Haney can box, but after a beat down like that, it's not easy coming back.
It's not.
We've seen it in many, many fighters, and I think that's where we are going to take advantage.
That's the thing. That's where they're going to take advantage. If Ramirez around the 6th or 7th round can get to him and stun him and make him second guess himself and get some flashbacks, it's over. I mean, we saw what happened with Deontay Wilder. I always thought Deontay Wilder didn't have the kind of chin, and actually runs in the family with Deontay Wilder because his brother didn't have a chin, but Deontay Wilder had a better chin. But once it got pieced up by Fury, after that it was over. The resistance. Same thing with Roy Jones. Once he got pieced up and he got knocked out and hurt, his chin was never the same, but that was mostly mental, right? His brain remembers that violence, and then any little disturbance, it shut himself off. It shut itself off to avoid damage. It's not that Roy wanted to be knocked out. It's just that his body was like, nah, we ain't going to go through this again. Is this it?
Said himself, this is the wrong fight for Devin.
I think so too.
It's the right fight for Devin if he was prepared for Ryan.
Somebody else, someone that didn't hit hard. Someone that didn't have the power.
It's the right fight.
Someone that was maybe
Devin's not an amateur anymore.
On the way out,
Devin's a pro.
2 or 3 losses out of his last 4 or 5 fights. Someone that isn't a threat.
Right.
I think they picked the wrong fight.
I think it's the right fight.
Right. No.
I think it's the correct fight. I think it's the right fight to find out where you are. I think it's the right fight for preparing for potential rematch with Ryan if Ryan was to get past Rolly. It's the right fight. It's just, it is a dangerous fight. But, I mean, he's a former undisputed champion. Literally didn't really lose technically the belt in the ring, the 140 belt. So he actually vacated it, right? So he was champion up until he vacated it. So it's not the wrong fight. It's the right fight. But it's a scary fight because you're going to find out where are we? Where are we? And that's what you're going to find out. And I think Haney skates with a decision, But I'm not going to be surprised if he loses the decision or gets stopped by the referee. Then the referee steps in at some point if he gets hurt middle rounds. I think it's going to go ugly for Devin. I think Bill should keep an eye out on him. And it doesn't mean that Haney's over with. It just means that they need to do some course correction. But he's young enough. That's why I always, in my mind, always say young, great fighters need to lose early if they're going to lose, because then they can make the adjustments later. Look at Teofimo Lopez. Look at Ryan Garcia, right? He got a loss. You know, when you take a loss early, you can course correct. When you take a loss late, it's harder to change that up. It's hard. Look at what happened with Canelo. He lost to Floyd early, and he was able to make those adjustments and make those things happen for him, and he was able to, you know, become a all-time great. And that's what, you know, Devin needs to do. But let me know down below, what do you think about Mikey Garcia's comments? Do you agree with mine or not? Do you agree with my analysis? What is your analysis? Do you think that Ramirez has enough to, you know, has enough in the tank and in the skill sets to go ahead and hurt Devin and make him second guess himself in that matchup? Or do you think that he's no match for Devin Haney? He's going to just cruise to his decision, maybe even a stop? Let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you in the next video. And I'm out. Peace.